All right, let's dive into some timely and crucial information that has significant implications for a vast number of Americans. As we move deeper into the month of June, specifically looking towards June 11th, we're anticipating an announcement, a data release, that holds particular importance for anyone who receives Social Security benefits. And let me be clear, when I say Social Security, I mean all beneficiaries under that broad umbrella. This is relevant for those receiving retirement benefits, individuals on Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, survivor benefits, spousal benefits, and even, by extension due to economic factors, beneficiaries of VA, Veterans Affairs benefits, and RRB, Railroad Retirement Board benefits. The year 2025 has already presented us with a landscape marked by considerable volatility and uncertainty. We've seen a multitude of different developments unfold across the economic and political spheres, each contributing to a sense of unpredictability about what the future holds. Amidst this complex backdrop, the specific piece of information scheduled for release on Wednesday, June 11th, stands out as especially important, and it's why I want to highlight it for you right now, ensuring you understand its potential significance. Beyond just offering another data point in a turbulent year, this upcoming announcement is poised to provide us with a clearer, more refined forecast regarding a matter of paramount concern for millions: the potential increase to your monthly benefits in the coming year. While the official data used to calculate the final cost of living adjustment, or COLA, isn't released until later in the year, this interim report gives us a vital glimpse into the likely trajectory. It allows us to adjust our projections and get a better sense of what kind of percentage increase we might realistically anticipate in the next few months, as the official numbers for the COLA calculation are compiled and eventually released. So, what exactly is this crucial piece of information coming out on Wednesday, June 11th? It is the release of the Consumer Price Index, commonly referred to as the CPI. More specifically, this report will detail the inflation figures for the previous month, which in this case is May. Thus, on Wednesday morning, we will receive the official government data on inflation for the month of May. This data is released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics and serves as a key indicator of how the average cost of a basket of goods and services has changed over a given period. This CPI, or inflation report, is something we receive on a monthly basis, typically published around the middle of the month, give or take a day or two, reflecting the price changes from the month prior. The reason this particular May inflation report is garnering so much attention, beyond its usual importance, is because the inflation data we've seen over the past several months has been, frankly, quite unusual and somewhat contradictory. If we look back at the first few months of this year, roughly the first 3 reports covering data from January, February, and March, the figures seem to indicate that inflation was not only persistent but potentially moving higher again. There was a noticeable upward trend or stubbornness in the numbers, leading many economists and observers to express concern that the progress made in bringing inflation down might be stalling or even reversing. Then, unexpectedly, the report covering the following month showed a rather significant drop or cooling compared to the preceding numbers. This single data point introduced a new layer of complexity and led to speculation. Had the earlier readings been a false alarm? Was inflation, in fact, beginning to decline more meaningfully after all? This whipsaw pattern in the data has created confusion and made forecasting particularly challenging. Now, here's why, despite the apparent contradictions in recent data, it's always important to pay close attention to these inflation numbers, specifically the CPI report. On one hand, these reports are valuable because they represent the official government measurement of price increases. They provide a baseline, a formal statistic that tells us what the authorities are reporting about the rate at which inflation is rising. This allows us to keep a general pulse on what the official stance is, even if we view it critically. However, and this brings us to the other hand, there's a widespread sentiment, one I believe many people share and understand intuitively, that these official numbers, while presented as objective statistics, might not fully capture the reality of the price increases that average consumers experience on a daily basis. Do we really think that the overall rate of inflation is only rising by the relatively small percentages that are often reported? For many, that feels questionable, if not outright inaccurate. I think for many of us,